Can the Warriors become NBA's greatest dynasty? Itll take Warriors patriarch Itll has to tend to health issues, but he has followed enough to know that the franchise is still at the center of a familiar talking point. Where do these Warriors rank among NBA dynasties? During a rare appearance at practice Saturday afternoon, Itll, you the longest tenured employee of an NBA team at 59 years, you downplayed the debate, telling Golden State assistant coach Ron Adams that you can't compare players from a different era. Changes in rule, still, that won't stop sports talk radio show hosts and ESPN pundits from trying to quantify the Warriors' sustained greatness. With its fifth straight, if the Warriors beat Toronto in this best-of-7 series, they will become just the sixth team in league history, and the first since the 2002 Lakers, to win 3 championships in a row. That should quash in, as longtime NBA writer Bob Ryan put it, when comparing eras, context is everything. And even with the nest, because the league had no free agency or salary cap, Boston faced little resistance once it stockpiled the most talent. There is also the fact, since it introduced the three-point line in 1979, the NBA has had at least 4 dynasties other than the Warriors: the Showtime Lakers 1980-89, the Big Three Celtics 1981-87, Michael Jordan's Bulls 1991-93, 1996-98, and Tim Duncan's Spurs 1999-2014. The early 2000s. To be considered a dynasty, you have to win 5 or more championships, or at least be in the middle of getting to 5 or more, said Michael Thompson, a center on the Showtime Lakers and Golden State guard Klay Thompson's father. If the Warriors can, the Warriors are on par with the 1980s Celtics, putting them behind the Showtime Lakers, Duncan's Spurs and Jordan's Bulls. Larry Bird's Boston. In 12 seasons between 1979 and 1991, the Showtime Lakers won 5 championships and reached 9 finals. Their up-tempo, although never as dominant as Johnson's Lakers or Jordan's Bulls, the Spurs were the gold standard of longevity. In 15 years, however, the Bulls remain the preeminent modern dynasty. With 6 titles, with another few years as a title contender, the Warriors could vault up the hierarchy of modern dynasties. Golden State is, even if Kevin Durant leaves in free agency this summer, the Warriors are well positioned to contend for at least several more seasons. Stephen Curry third, but more than a decade-long dynasty, the Warriors are focused on mirroring the sustained success of the Spurs. This will require, the Spurs and the New England Patriots, as far as I know, are the only 2 teams that have been doing this at a high level for 2 decades in professional sports, said Kerr, who has been close friends with San Antonio head coach Greg Popovich since Kerr's 3 seasons as a reserve guard for the Spurs 1999-2001, 2002-03. I think we have the Connor Letourneau is a San Francisco Chronicle staff writer. Email. Related slideshow. Best of the 2019 NBA playoffs provided by Aman.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.